So you're listening, yeah? If you ever want to stay poor, if you never want to accumulate any wealth whatsoever, do this. Live every day as it comes. Make no sacrifice. Run up your credit card bill. Go on holiday 4 times a year. Borrow money from banks and people that you know you cannot pay back. And my favorite, live a life outside of your means. Everyone's obsessed with living a pretentious lifestyle. Not me, but there's a lot of people out here who are obsessed. They feel entitled to live a pretentious lifestyle. There's people out here, they feel entitled to 4 holidays a year, even 2 holidays a year. They feel entitled to drive a Mercedes. They feel entitled every other weekend, if not every weekend, to go to some expensive restaurant. What's an expensive restaurant? In my opinion, you can call me a cheap ass, whatever you want. When you're spending £100, when £100 is leaving your pocket at a restaurant, that's an expensive restaurant. There's people that feel entitled to do that once a week, once every 2 weeks. You know, I sit back and I think to myself, like, I really try, you know me, I'm a man sit down and think, innit? I try to think to myself, what is the obsession that human beings have got with living this pretentious lifestyle? Because I used to solely think that, certain people are just watching celebrities and they're trying to imitate their lifestyle, but they're imitating it poorly, innit? Certain people don't even care about celebrities. Some people don't care. Certain people ain't trying to be like whoever's in the line, like Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Jay-Z. Certain people, they don't care about that. Certain people just feel like they're entitled to live some pretentious lifestyle, innit? And don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about the people them who earn 10, 12, 15 grand a month. No, these people that feel like they're entitled to 4 holidays a year. They feel entitled to eating out every week, every 2 weeks at these expensive restaurants where they're spending £100, £150. The ones that feel like they need to drive a Mercedes and that. These people are the ones that are on some shit wage, you know, 2 grand a month. That's dead money. Funny enough, the people then that earn 10 grand a month, more than likely they're the ones that are not even, they don't care about living this pretentious lifestyle and that, because they got money. Do you know what? That's what it is, you know. The poor people live outside their means. The poor people them want to spend a lot of money and that. I swear it's to make themselves feel rich, because they know deep down their bank balance is mad. They have no money. The rich people, they don't feel the need to spend all this money and that. The reason why certain people and a lot of people get wealthy is because they know, all right, cool, I will enjoy those luxuries in moderation. So for example, there's certain people like me, I'm thinking about maybe leasing a Mercedes or something like that. I'm not going to lease a Mercedes out of my own pocket. So I'm not going to have to work to lease this Mercedes. What I'm going to do is, okay, once I get a property and I've rented it out, the profit from that property, I'll lease a Mercedes. Now, I'm not saying that's the only way you have to do it. You can, yeah, maybe pay out of your pocket, but make sure you're earning a decent wage. If you're earning 2 grand a month, you should not be driving on fucking Mercedes, blood. So yeah, if you're earning 4 grand a month, 5 grand a month, then yeah, pull out £300-400 out of your pocket and go and lease a Mercedes. Fine, you don't have to wait till you have a property or passive income. I'll say that's the best way, but that's not the be all and end all. If you're earning 3-4 grand, 5 grand a month, yeah, pull out £400 and maybe lease a Mercedes or whatever. But most of the people them who are leasing Mercedes and that will feel like they're entitled to drive a 1 Series BMW and that, who are breaking the bank every fucking month, they're the people them that are on the shittest, maddest wage. Philip Lane bus garage. Bus garage, you know, with bus drivers, man that don't earn good money. Years ago, I actually got stabbed in there as well. I was driving past Philip Lane bus garage and I looked inside and I'm seeing some hella nice cars, you know, Range Rover, Mercedes, Jaguar and all that. And I'm thinking to myself, blood, these men are on 25 grand a year. What the fuck are they doing driving them cars? Then you got Tradesmen who are electricians and that, self-employed, them man are on 60 grand a year, and them man they just drive some little, like my kind of car, a Honda, or maybe just a van. Don't make no sense. There's people right now who are broke. Their bank balance is mad. There's not enough money for the month. Or what they say, there's too much month for the money. There's people right now struggling. They're paying for a car that they no longer drive no more. So there's certain people out here right now, yeah, they might be driving some fucked up car. Some Ford Galaxy and that, because they got 1 utes, 2 utes, 4 utes. But they're still in debt and they're paying off for a car that they were driving 4 or 5 years ago. How mad is that? How mad is it that you can still be paying off for something that you don't actually own right now? Right, obviously some people might set up a business and the business go bust and they have to pay back the debt. I get it, but not a fucking car. Not a car, not a holiday. Everyone feels like they're entitled to a holiday 2-3 times a year. What for? Why? Just because you do a 40-hour shift per week. So what? 40 hours is the bare minimum. You should be working 60 hours a week if you can. Obviously, I understand some people got kids in that, but if you're a single person, no dependents and that, you should be working 60 hours a week if it's available. You should be working on the weekend if it's available. Not every single week. I don't expect man to be mad like me and work 4 months straight, no break. But you should be working on the weekends, every other weekend, at least every other weekend, do a Saturday. Problem is we're lazy. We're lazy, we don't want to work, we don't want to make sacrifice, and we believe that we're entitled to a certain lifestyle and that. Why? Man, I had to go back and forth with plenty of people on Instagram. People come underneath the comment section on my videos and that. People I know in real life have said this to me. So, you know, I got beef with this Rolex or AP watch versus buying a property. In my head, I don't give a fuck what's in my head. I'm telling you straight facts. The best investment, a better investment out of buying a watch and a property is buying a fucking property. First of all, you cannot house your children in a fucking watch. You can house your children in a property. Secondly, that property, you can hand it down to your grandchildren or your children. There's certain people right now, they live in manor houses, which is them big, massive country houses out in the sticks, Gloucestershire, and all them kind of places, the Cotswolds and that. There's certain people, their great-great-great-grandfather owned that property. Name me one watch that goes down 4 generations. So anyway, people will try, how the fuck are you going to try and really argue that a Rolex watch is a better investment than a property? How are you going to try and argue that an AP watch is a better investment just because it goes up faster in value? See, that's the thing, short-term mindset. This is why there's certain demographics of people, they think that a Rolex watch or an AP watch is a better investment than a property because it goes up in value quicker. Do you know why people are justifying buying a Rolex watch or an AP watch over buying a property? You know, if a man wanted to buy a Rolex watch or an AP watch, because apparently it goes up fast in value, if a man bought that watch and said, you know what, I'm never gonna wear this watch, I'm gonna leave it in my safe. Everyone should have a safe in their house. I've got a safe in my house. Ain't no fucking money, but I've got a safe in my house. And if they said they're gonna buy a watch and they're gonna leave it in that safe, maybe on their birthday, if they go out, maybe wear that watch, but still wrap their arm around in fucking cling film or whatever, yeah? If a man said he was going to do that, buy an AP watch or a Rolex watch that's worth 15 grand and then the next year it's going up by 5 or whatever the rate is or whatever. If a man said he's going to buy that watch and leave it in the safe and wait for it to go up in value and after 2-3 years sell it, fine. Do that. But man are not doing that. Man are not buying AP watch or Rolex watch and leaving it in their safe and maybe taking it out 1 time per year. Do you know what man are doing? Do you know why man want to buy a Rolex watch and AP watch? It's to stunt. Man are buying a 30 grand watch that brings them back no return on a monthly basis so that they can stunt. Nobody cares that it goes up in value. That's a fucking good byproduct. But man are buying that watch to stunt. That's the realest truth. No way would I buy a fucking AP watch or Rolex watch for 30 grand. Why would I do that when I can invest 30 grand in a buy-to-let property in Northampton that can generate me 800 minimum, potentially 900, potentially £1,000. It just depends. Why would I want to spend £30,000 on a fucking AP watch? I don't give a fuck if it goes up in value quickly. Why would I rather spend it on a piece of metal that has a clock on it when I can spend £30,000 on a deposit for a property that is, first and foremost, it's increasing in value every year. So is the Rolex watch, fine. But at least with the property, you can get a rental income on a monthly basis. You ain't getting no rental income on an AP watch. Yeah, you can lend it out and let people borrow it and that, but they're probably going to get damaged. The wear and tear on a fucking watch is way more significant than on a fucking property. You scratch a watch, you've caused damage to it. It's lost value there. You scratch a house or someone smashes a window on a yard that can get repaired for much less cost. I don't understand. I'm serious. I'm still trying to work it out. Like, why people feel like they're entitled to some pretentious lifestyle when they're broke, you know? When they're broke. Why do you need to buy a pair of £600, £800, £1,000 pair of Balmain jeans? Why? What's wrong with wearing Uniqlo jeans? What's wrong with wearing Levi's? Why do you need to spend £800, £1,000 on a pair of jeans? There's certain man. This is a Voy jeans polo. Someone bought this for me when I was like 19 or something like that. It looks almost brand new because I don't wear them. Me and my man, I have lots of clothes and I just leave them tucked in a drawer and I forget about them. So today I thought, you know what, let me put on something I don't usually wear, which is a polo, innit, yeah? There's certain man right now that would mock me for wearing a fucking Voy jeans fucking polo or a super dry polo. You see the same man that will mock me for wearing a Voy jeans polo or a super dry polo. It's the same man that's living in a council house, 1 utes, 2 utes, on some mad wage, some shit wage. A man will mock me for that. But I'm the one that's sitting on 3 properties, 2 in the UK, 1 in another country. I'm the man that's thinking and in the process of trying to buy a next property. Mad how that happens, isn't it? Mad how that happens. Why do you feel the need to wear Balenciaga trainers that cost £800 or £900 or whatever the fuck it costs? What's wrong with buying a pair of trainers that's £120? And me personally, man, don't even spend that kind of money there on trainers. I've got a lot of trainers. I've got too much trainers. I'm actually a trainer hoarder. You know, the type of man that buys 2 pairs of trainers at once. So if I see a pair of trainers that I like in a specific color, I buy 2 of them. But even then, when I buy all them trainers, I only spend £70 on a pair of trainers, £80 on a pair of trainers. I think one time I might have spent, like in the last 2 years, I might have spent £110 or £120 on a pair of trainers. Other than that, man, I use my money efficiently in that. There's people who they cannot afford to take time off work because their outgoings is mad. Me, I've been off work for like 3-4 months now. Even during lockdown, man was off for a whole year, blood. Do you know why? Because I live a minimalistic lifestyle. So that if things get tough, i.e. COVID, lockdown, or I lose my job, I don't need to be stressing. Do you know how much people right now are stressing? They're begging, they're hoping that the transmission on their car don't go out, you know? Because if that happens, it's like a snowball effect. First of all, they ain't got no money to repair the transmission or the clutch because the car they're driving is an expensive car. It's not no little shitty JY's Honda Civic. They're driving a nice brand new Mercedes or Range Rover or X6 or something like that. So when the clutch goes on that, you know these car manufacturers are smart nowadays as well. They engineer the cars so that you can't take it to Jimbo, the back alley mechanic. No, you need to take it to the manufacturer, i.e. BMW or Audi or Mercedes. Even if you took it to Jimbo, the back alley mechanic, it will cost you an arm and a leg. But you know them, man, they're gonna add an extra 20% VAT or whatever in it. You know their price is gonna be mad. There's certain people right now driving a high power car. If something bad happens to their car or whatever, they're fucked. First of all, they don't have enough money to repair the car, so they don't have a car. And they need their car to get to work, because where they work is so far away that it's just an awkwardness to get to. Literally, you're living life on edge when you don't need to. You're skating on thin ice, you're walking on a tightrope. I'm not saying man for not, or gal for not enjoy themselves, but all in moderation. All of this, man going to clubs and raves and shit, spending £200 a go. A man are going to raves, spending £200-300 every 2 weeks. Nah, man. Nah. You're living like you're earning 10 grand a month. There's people out here, they fucking owe some mad money to the government because they've been caught up doing a little bit of fraud, claiming that, you know, they deserve some sort of benefits for whatever reason, and they've been caught out by the government and that. Had to declare themselves bankrupt 2-3 times in their life, but yet still they feel they're entitled to drive a Range Rover. Literally, there's people walking around right now. They've been declared bankrupt a couple times. They've been caught by the government, so they owe some mad money because they committed fraud, but luckily they ain't been locked up. And then they decide that they're gonna go and lease or finance a fucking Range Rover just to keep up with their peers and that. Stay in your Ras Clark lane. If you can't afford to maintain these things, you ain't worked hard enough. You don't deserve it. But everyone feels like they're entitled. Everyone feels like they deserve luxuries and that. No, you ain't worked for the luxuries then. There's man, they use their credit card. I've spoken to man in the past. I remember I was at Holmes Harringay working. I was an apprentice. My man was talking about going to Spain. You know, Englishmen love go to Spain. Read their Sun newspaper, have a full English fire up and that. My man's talking about going to Spain. And he said to me, he's put down a deposit for the holiday using his credit card. I said, well, why don't you just pay for it out of your own money, like cash? Me personally, I'm thinking like you just pay for the holiday up front anyway, in cash. Yeah, so you use your debit card, yeah? You use your debit card and you pay for the holiday up front in cash. Anyway, the man said he used his credit card to put down a deposit for the holiday. I said to him, bro, why don't you pay for it in cash? He said, because he didn't have the money. Exactly. If you don't have the money, then you do not deserve to go on holiday. You see your bank balance, you see your savings, if it even exists, that is a reflection of your hard work. So, if you've been working hard, more than likely, you will have money saved. If you have not been working hard, if you've been living outside of your means, check your bank balance. Does it even exist? If the answer is no, then you ain't been working hard enough. It's as simple as that. Obviously, there is going to be times where you're working hard and you ain't getting no results. You ain't going to have no savings. Cool, I get it. But if this is going on for 5 years and that, you're not working hard enough. You're not putting enough hours. You're not sacrificing enough of your time to earn money. Madness, man. I would hate to be one of them people that just living on the edge. Fuck that, man. I love peace of mind. I like peace of mind, man. I like being able to get up and not having any worries in the world and that. I don't know that. I've never, you know what, yeah? The reason why I live my life like this and I have to maintain my life like this, because I've always, since secondary school, man's always been on top of money and that. There was some times where I ain't had no money and that in it, but most of the time since secondary school, man's had money. I'm talking about from the age of 13 to the age of 29. Man's always had money. There have been times where, let's say for example, and I ain't got much time left on this video, when I bought that property in Egypt, Yeah, I was down to £0 and 0 pence almost, basically. But it was a good thing. It gave me that drive to go out there and work hard and that. But most of the time, the last 16 years of my life, so from the age of 13 to 29, I've been on top of money. God forbid I was waking up in the morning stressing about paying these bills and that bill. Don't get it twisted, man. I don't like to pay bills. I just received a fucking bill from my flat. They're saying from November to February, I owe £50 for the gas. I don't want to pay them money there. But obviously bills will be paid and that. But it's not a stress. It's not going to leave a hole in my pocket. God forbid I wake up one day and I'm like, blood, this money here, like this gas bill is going to wipe out my money. Anyway, man, I need to keep it moving because the video is going to run out and I need to put on a £1 pizza and that in here. So you see, even that, there's certain people, they feel like they should eat steak for lunch and that. Man, get out of here, man. You ain't fucking the Royals, man. What happened to you, innit? Stay away, it's done now.